You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neil, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Matt and I will be your host. Today we're going to have a three-for-all with our usual hosts. We have Neil.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Jeff.
Hey.
And Ken.
Heyo.
Everyone's in a strange mood today, which sounds good. Good for you guys. I don't know about me and my questions. So it's going to be just the three of them, one-on-one. Here, let me break down the rules of the game. We have 20 questions in a variety of topics worth 10 points apiece and split into 2 rounds. At halftime, there will be a special swing round designed by our host, me, where players can rack up some extra points. At the end of regulation, players will enter the final round with the points they have accumulated and will have the chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
I am the cream.
Everybody ready to play the game?
Yeah, I'm ready to tangle with these gentlemen right here.
All right, well, let's get going. And we'll start with a kind of a dumb question. A little known fact, I love PB&J sandwiches. Sadly, there is no element with the symbol J. But if you were eating a PB&K sandwich, based on their elemental symbols, what would this sandwich consist of?
I'm in. Same here.
And then, Neil?
It's an element question.
I know, my favorite.
No peeking, Neil.
No, I think I know this one.
I think next week when we come here, there's going to be a table of elements on the wall.
You could have done a peanut butter and fluff question.
Yeah.
That would have worked.
Oh, I used to make crepes with marshmallow fluff when I was in high school. That was because I loved like sugary things, and it was full of sugar. It was good, but
I'm actually a pretty big fan of the peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
Are you looking for the element name?
I'm looking for the elements, not the name of the sandwich, which doesn't exist.
Okay.
Because you die.
Because you would die.
I mean, it would not be it might be tasty, PB&K, but yeah, it wouldn't end well for you.
Yeah.
So for some reason, I was thinking potassium for like a banana, but I feel like that's a different letter.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. And just from listening to you guys joke around over my head that you would die, let me think about this. PB.
Like, what's the elemental symbol for bread?
So potassium is K, and PB is...
this worked out better than I
We've
thought.
talked about this like 8 times.
I believe last time Matt made a peanut butterium joke.
All right. I guess I'll go iron and potassium.
Ooh, okay. By that sound, Neil's in.
That is a very delicious lead and potassium sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I said lead and potassium.
All right, points for Ken and Jeff.
Although Neil is more on a like fluorine, uranium, carbon, potassium, uranium kind of kick right now.
Yeah.
Neil, I tried to give you a hint by saying I like the peanut butter and banana sandwich. As you know, bananas are rich in potassium.
Yeah, potassium.
Oh, I knew K.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize it. I don't know what PB was.
Yes.
Well, now you'll know for next time.
Yeah.
You won't.
Comes from the Latin plebnum.
Mm-hmm.
If any one of our listeners would like to be my phone a friend, if there's
any chemistry teacher.
Any chemistry question, I will call you during the show. Tag you in.
All right, question 2. This smoldering boxer handed Muhammad Ali his first defeat in the early 70s. That might be a clue.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Okay, I am in.
All right.
You said it was his first defeat?
It was Muhammad Ali's first defeat in the early 1970s.
Jeff, are you in?
I have 2 answers written. I have not decided.
Yeah, I'm trying to think too. Because I just saw a stat about him, but I feel like it was one of the last fights he won as Cassius Clay. But that's not going to help me here because it's whoever beat him.
Neil definitely overthinking it again.
Yeah. So I'll just say out loud. I really don't care. I have Joe Louis and Sonny Liston.
Mm-hmm.
None of that helps me with smoldering, though. I'm just going to go Joe Louis.
Okay.
So I originally had Joe Frazier,
Uh-huh.
and then I settled on Joe Louis.
Okay.
I believe the smoldering is referencing to smoking
Mm-hmm.
or smoking, which is the nickname of Joe Frazier, I think.
Yep.
But I might be getting confused.
Smoking Joe Frazier.
Oh!
Uh,
No.
That didn't do anything for you, Neil?
No, I forgot about the other Joe.
They famously had a rivalry, too, because I think Frazier won the first one, and then they mixed it up again, and Muhammad Ali won the second one.
It was Joe Frazier.
That is possible. Question 3. The Thrilla in Manila was the third and final boxing match between Smokin' Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali. Which country did this fight take place in?
I'm good.
It's a geography question.
I don't know for sure, but if this is a red herring, I'm going to punch you.
I know more about boxing than I thought I did.
I'm disappointed that I had Frazier and then chickened out.
Is this Ali Boombaye, or is that the George Foreman one? The Rumble in the Jungle, where everyone was chanting.
This is a different one.
Oh, okay.
Basically, the question is, where is Manila?
Yeah, I was just trying to remember which one.
If you want me to break it down. Manila, where is it?
If it's not a red herring, then I'm good.
Okay.
All right, whatever. I'm in.
It's in Manila, Kentucky. Is that what you're
I would be
It's
furious.
not Manila, Kentucky.
Because it's Georgia. No!
Ken, why don't you go first?
I'm pretty sure, but not positive, Manila is in the Philippines.
Okay.
That sounds right.
Island nation of over 7,000 islands. I went the Philippines.
And Neil.
I went Kenya, but I know it's wrong.
The answer is the Philippines. Manila is the capital. Score check through 3, just because I want to see where we're at.
Ken has 30. I have 20, and I believe Neil has...
I have 0.
Big goose egg.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see if we can get you on the board with question 4. In what Madeline L. Ingle book do Mrs. Whatsit, Mrs. Who, and Miss Witch help the main character navigate the universe, going on various adventures?
I've definitely read this book.
It's pretty much a standard high school reading, if I'll give you guys that clue. So think back.
Oh, standard high school reading?
High school, it was somewhere around that age.
Interesting.
Ken's a super genius. He probably read it in 4th grade.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
In his advanced reading class.
Mrs. Who, Mrs. Whatsit. All right, I'm in.
All right. Jeff, what did you have?
I know I've definitely read this book. I can't remember what it is. I'm going to take a stab and say Bridge to Terabithia.
Okay. Neil?
Sounds good. Phantom Toll Booth.
All right.
I had no idea, so I put the Holy Bible.
All right, and this is actually the first book in the A Wrinkle in Time series.
They're making that movie.
Yeah, Ava DuVernay, yeah.
Okay.
I
did see the trailer for that.
If I had a movie clue in there, maybe that would have helped.
No, I should have remembered that. I've definitely read both of those books.
I could tell you the whole cast
so
of the
that
movie.
does not happen in the Bible?
I read
haven't gotten
both
that
of
far.
these books in 7th grade, so forgive me for mixing them up.
All right, on to question 5, our listener submitted question. Today's question is from Triviality superfan David Ruffetto. Who's flooding our inbox with questions, and we love it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
So he writes to me specifically because he knows that I enjoy sports and you guys don't as much. Who is the NBA's all-time leader in block shots?
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm putting down a basketball player.
That's a good start.
I'm in.
All right, Neil, what'd you say?
Dikembe Mutombo.
Okay.
I put Dikembe Mutombo.
Yeah, I definitely did not put that down, and I put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
All right, no points around. The answer is actually Hakeem Olajuwon.
That was my other one.
You guys are both between Dikembe and Hakeem?
Yeah.
I think Dikembe is more known for the block shots, mostly for the finger wagging.
Thanks, Geico.
Also the Snickers commercial where he just stuffs the guy.
Yeah. I think if Hakeem had some kind of gesture after blocking shots, maybe more people would know this answer.
Crap, it is Hakeem.
He won a championship, right, with the Rockets? Or with someone?
He did.
Hakeem,
He
yeah.
won 2 titles with the Rockets when Michael Jordan decided to take a little break from basketball for reasons.
Well, I don't know any of these people that you're talking about.
Question 6. This ship, named after a U.S. capital city, was sunk in 1945, leading to the greatest single loss of life at sea from a single ship in the history of the U.S. Navy.
Okay, I'm in.
Same here.
Just trying to think of ships named after capitals. I've got ships named after people and ships named after states, but I'm trying to get through to capitals.
You have a 1 in 50 chance if you wanted to take a guess. This is a brutal one, apparently.
Well, so, okay. Here, I do know some famous ships from World War II. I'm just trying to think through them. So the USS Arizona is famously the one that was sunk in 41 in Pearl Harbor. I've been to that. It's a very lovely monument and memorial if you ever get the chance to go out there. They also have the USS Missouri parked next to it. It's an interesting, not coincidence, I'm sure, because that's the ship on which they signed the treaty for VJ Day, the treaty with Japan to end the war. And there's like a little plaque showing where the generals had signed. So they're only a few hundred yards away from each other. So it's nice. You can kind of get some parity start to end of the war. But obviously those are both, one was sunk in 41, one was never sunk, and they're both named after states. Yeah, I've got an answer, but I think it's wrong. So
Why don't we start with Jeff after much deliberation?
I said it's the USS Annapolis.
Okay. Neil?
I took a satellite course on the East Coast from this guy, Professor Quint, on the Orca, and he talked about the USS Indianapolis.
Okay.
I was going to say, if I get this and Neil misses it, after subjecting me to the 45-minute scene of Quint talking about the Indianapolis in Jaws, so I also put Indianapolis.
The answer is the USS Indianapolis.
I haven't seen Jaws.
You were very close, Jeff. You just needed a little bit more there.
Well, you either have to have seen Jaws or no history.
Yeah. And in this case, I did neither.
Yeah, 300 went down with the ship, and up to 900 were left with little food and no water while being circled by sharks without lifeboats.
The best part of my answer is Annapolis is not a capital.
You could watch the Nicolas Cage film that just came out, USS Indianapolis, that doesn't look too good.
Question 7. Nasher's the dog of what long-running comic character? He's probably not welcome in South Central.
Okay.
He's probably not welcome in South Central.
This is very unfamiliar to me. It doesn't, it's not ringing any bells. I don't understand the references, so I put an answer down.
I've said words, but they mean nothing to you.
Correct.
Excellent.
Nasher, it sounds familiar. I just don't understand what wouldn't be welcome in South Central.
I have an answer that I will provide. It is definitely wrong.
South Central. I'm trying to think if there's like a hip hop reference in there with NWA.
So it's my question, so the chances are
Yeah.
could be.
I know, I'm just trying to think.
Writing it down, Neil?
It's in writing.
All right. Jeff?
I thought maybe it was a trick and the dog from Marmaduke is named Nasher, so I said Marmaduke.
Okay. Ken?
I just went with Fat Albert.
All right. Well, in South Central...
Hold on, did Neil?
Yeah, I went with Boondocks.
Oh.
So
right.
The more we talked about it, I feel like the character's maybe a cop. Maybe McGruff, the crime dog or something.
Well, I think in South Central, you're often told to not be a menace. The answer is Dennis the Menace.
Clever. Okay.
I thought somebody would get that.
No, I thought of that movie. I just couldn't think of... I forgot Dennis the Menace was a comic strip.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. Let's try to get a right answer on this one. This one's a little more in Neil's wheelhouse. Within 3, how many stars are on the Paramount Pictures famous mountain logo? Can you guys picture the logo?
That's a lot. There's a lot of them.
I can picture it, but there's no way I could like count them in my head.
Mentally count them.
But a number just popped into my head for some reason, and I'm just gonna stick with it.
Okay. Any ideas on this, Jeff?
Yeah, I have a strong feeling.
Oh, I didn't know Roadhouse was a Paramount picture. No, I'm just kidding. Neil's eyes are desperately searching his room for a Paramount logo.
Oh, I've been in already.
Okay. Everybody in then?
Yeah.
Start with Ken. He was in first.
So the number that popped into my head was 17, but I went with 15 to try to fit the range.
Okay.
I thought it could be somewhere between 12 and 15, or 12 and 17, so I put 14 to get up to 17 down to 11.
Okay.
I think you guys are way too low. I think it's around 22.
The answer is 22.
Wow.
Neil hits it. It was actually, the logo originally had 24 stars as a tribute to the then current system of contracts for actors. Paramount had 24 stars signed. It was reduced to 22, and it says for unknown reasons. So Neil must have known that. So great job, Neil.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I I knew that there was a lot, and I kind of just imagined there was 5 on one side, 5 on the other, and then I could picture more. So I just basically said 20, and then I put 22 because I thought there could be 25, but I just knew there was at least 20.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was that many. I kind of drew it out on my page and thought that was, somewhere about 17 was where I was at.
You guys,
Wait a minute. What's that on your iPhone there, Neil? You searching the Paramount logo? I'm just kidding.
He is not. We're very trustworthy here. Question 9. In 2017, this video became the first to reach 3 billion views on YouTube, even though the video is missing one of its famous guest stars. A very current question.
Okay, I'm in.
All right. What do you know about current YouTube?
I know the video, but I don't know the title.
Okay. All right. I'm in.
Ken and Neil are in. Jeff writing something down.
I just can't remember it. I'll put in one that's not correct, but.
All right. We'll start with Jeff, who seems disgusted by his question.
I'm not disgusted. I know the video. I can see the tile logo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember who the artist in the song is. So I went with one that's up there, but I'm pretty sure is in second place, and I went with Psy's Gangnam Style.
Okay. Neil?
I think the guest star you're referring to is they have a version with Justin Bieber, and I put Despacito.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was thinking about Despacito.
Despacito is definitely wrong. Let me disavow you of that notion.
Despacito is number 1 right now in terms of views. But a little bit earlier in the year, and this record's being flipped constantly. I think it's called See You Again.
Mm-hmm.
And that it has something to do with Paul Walker.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
And so with the hint that it's missing somebody, I went with See You Again.
Okay. Well, See You Again is number 2 in all-time views. Despacito, it was the first video to reach 3 billion views.
That fast?
And it's the Spanish language version. It's not the version with Justin Bieber.
That song is only like
okay. I didn't know that
old.
Justin Bieber was.
Justin Bieber's on an Anglified version of the song.
So my pop music knowledge is once again biting me in the ass.
I was ruling that song out because it's only like 6 months old.
Yeah,
that's numero uno.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal. It reached 3 billion.
That's
much
unbelievable.
Faster. Gangnam Style, I think, is still in the top 5.
Yeah,
it was the
it
first.
Had like 2.6 or 2.7.
I think it was the first one to reach 1 billion.
Yes, it was, and 2, I think, as well.
2, yeah, showing the quality of people's music.
Your hint actually messed me up.
But that took years.
Poor Paul Walker, right? Yeah, people watch that video quite a bit.
No, I was thinking it was the Wiz Khalifa video. I had no idea.
All right,
I'm surprised I even knew that the title is.
Yeah, that was a pretty good poll, to be honest. You guys all named pretty much the top.
I knew
3 videos.
I knew the full story, but I couldn't pick the right one.
All right, we're gonna mercifully end round 1 with question 10. This term, referring to a man who recklessly seduces women, was originally used in the Spanish Golden Age novel Don Quixote. I really wanted to ask a Don Quixote question. I didn't know which to use. So.
Recklessly pursues women, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Seduces women.
Seduces women.
Not
okay.
just pursues.
I believe the answer is Neil. Okay, I'm good.
I'm in. Yeah.
You guys are in?
Yeah. Jeff's thinking.
I'm having a terrible round.
It is not Don in Indianapolis, Jeff.
No.
Don Annapolis.
Poor Terry Gilliam can never finish the Don Quixote movie he wants.
I'm good.
You're in?
That's his windmill.
Yeah, that is his windmill. Yeah.
I wonder how that would play out.
Probably in 4-3.
All right.
That's an aspect ratio joke for the listeners.
Very niche audience. In that
sorry
there are
about that.
no listeners left at this point.
All right, Neil, what did you say?
For some reason, the Johnny Depp movie poster of him on the beach and Don Juan showed up in my face, but I didn't put that as the answer. I put Casanova.
Okay.
I also almost put Don Juan, but went with Casanova.
All right.
I put Rico Suave.
The answer,
nice work.
The answer is actually Lothario.
Ooh,
yeah,
okay. That's a good one.
So that was the name of one of the characters in the book, and afterwards it became kind of a stock character in a lot of English works, portraying basically the same character.
Right. Okay, that makes sense too. Yeah,
that's a good word.
So
I
now you
didn't
guys
think of that
learned something.
one. Yeah.
So what are you guys' scores after round 1?
I am most likely in last place with 30 points.
Okay.
I'm rocking a big 40.
No, you are not in last place. I have 20.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All right, well, we'll see if maybe we can make up some ground here in the swing round. Today, the game is going to be called Reading Rainbow. These are all going to be classic books with a color in the title. I'll tell you a little bit about the book, and you guys tell me the title of the book. They're each going to be worth 5 points each. So I'll just start by reading the descriptions, and you write down the name of the book, and we'll go from there.
Sure. How many total are we doing?
All right, there will be 10 total. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, number 1. This Nathaniel Hawthorne book was the subject of a modern-day adaptation starring Emma Stone.
Cool.
Number 2. This 1982 book, set in rural 1930s Georgia, won the 1983 Pulitzer Prize for Fiction.
Cool.
Number 3. This book series originally started out as Twilight fan fiction written under the pen name Snow Queen's Ice Dragon.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Number 4. This 1962 dystopian novel is narrated by Alex as it explores his interactions with state authorities intent on reforming him.
Doing pretty good so far, I think.
That one I'll have to think on.
Number 5. This 1996 Stephen King novel may be more known for its movie adaptation at this point.
Not sure about that one yet, but hopefully it'll come to me.
Number 6. This 1877 novel is written as an autobiographical memoir from the viewpoint of the titular character about kindness and cruelty and sympathy towards all living creatures, not just humans. All right, number 7. This 1906 Jack London novel was adapted to the big screen in 1991, starring Ethan Hawke. All right, number 8. This Dr. Seuss book actually fulfills the category twice, and it rules out the other one.
Yep. Clever.
Yeah. Number 9. This C.S. Lewis novel is the 4th, depending on the order you read them, in a fanciful series beloved by Scholastic Club kids everywhere. And number 10. This 1981 novel follows FBI profiler Will Graham, who comes out of retirement to investigate a serial killer nicknamed the Tooth Fairy, who is murdering entire families.
Okay, so 6 of these I think I'm good on.
Mm-hmm.
Having trouble with a few of these. Specifically the Stephen King one.
I also have 6 for sure.
You said 1962
Dystopian
Alex
novel.
dystopian.
I've got it down to 2 writers.
I got that one. I'll trade you that one for this.
Nope, that's not how this works.
I'll give you the answer if you want. If you give me that answer,
that's fine. I'll give you a 6 if you give me that.
this could be a first with some bartering going on.
Some cheating.
What's the point of that?
Yeah.
It's only 5 points. It's okay. All right, that's fine.
All right, looks like everybody's in. What did you guys have for 1? Neil.
Scarlet Letter.
Okay.
Scarlet Letter.
They marked her with an A. Scarlet Letter.
All right, points all around for number 1. Number 2, Ken.
I went with the color purple.
Okay.
I too went the color purple.
Same here.
All right, 2 for 2. I think number 3, you guys had 2. What did you guys have for 3?
I'm very excited about this one. 50 Shades of Grey.
You're excited about it?
Yeah. That I knew it. That I knew it was Twilight fan
That
fiction.
is the point of the book.
I've not seen it or read it.
Yeah, how did this get made, 50 Shades of Grey?
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey is correct. Number 4, you guys had some trouble with. Ken, what did you say?
I had no trouble with this one. It is A Clockwork Orange.
Oh.
It is.
Jeff, what did you say?
I couldn't remember, so I wrote Animal Farm / Cat's Cradle / Fahrenheit 451 / 1984.
I don't hear a color in there.
Turns out there are no colors in any of those that I'd written down.
Neil, what did you say?
I put 1984, and I've read this Clockwork Orange too, and I should have known that.
Yeah, I thought that you would have that based on.
That's a pretty big film.
Stop being such a droog.
Yeah, the Alex. I didn't think about Alex.
All right, number 5, Neil, you said you had.
Green Mile.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah,
Ken? I'm so mad.
What'd you have?
I just put Yellow Fever.
Okay.
I put It.
That's not a color.
Also not a color. A lot of people don't know Green Mile is actually a Stephen King novel.
Totally forgot about that.
I knew that.
Feel dumb.
All right.
That's bothersome.
Number 6 also had some debate.
Pretty sure I've
Jeff
got this
seemed
one.
confident. What did you say, Jeff?
I said the picture of Dorian Gray.
Okay.
Oh, I went with The Golden Compass.
Okay.
I went with The Red Badge of Courage.
What if I said that the titular character was a horse?
Black Beauty?
Black Beauty.
Black Beauty.
Oh.
is actually written from the viewpoint of Black Beauty.
Horses can't write. Challenge.
Well, it doesn't, despite the fact that it's a book. So that's what
It's
it is.
fiction. It's fiction.
It is fiction, yes. It wasn't actually
I
autobiographical.
wonder where they got the wax to keep that book together.
Maybe the horse wrote the book the same way the diving bell and the butterfly guy did.
I just
But
dictated it like Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
hoof
Or the guy
stops.
on Breaking Bad who rings the bell.
That's what it was. All right, number 7. Ken, what did you say?
White Fang.
Okay. Jeff?
White Fang.
White Fang.
White Fang is correct. Number 8, Neil?
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Okay.
Same.
One fish, two fish, red fish,
That
blue
is
fish.
correct. Green eggs and ham would not count because it only had one color in the title. Number 9, I'm interested to see what you guys said. Neil?
I put Prince Caspian and the Golden Chair.
Okay.
I said the Red Wedding.
All right.
I said The Magician's Apprentice.
Well, when you
Not a
said
color.
you said there's a chair involved, that is correct. The answer is the silver chair.
Oh.
The grunge band.
Yes. Yes. All right. Number 10. I feel pretty confident you guys got Ken.
No,
No?
I was blanking on this. I just put Black Dog.
Okay. Jeff.
No, go to Neil.
Oh, I don't know. I put Red Dragon.
Okay.
I too put Red Dragon.
It's Red Dragon.
It's Hannibal Lecter.
Man,
It's disappointing, Ken.
that.
Thank you, television show Hannibal, for
Oh, I watched that too.
because they
Well,
made,
I
there's
only
like
watched
a,
a couple of them.
There's a couple story arcs that talk about that, but also they talk about Will Graham all the time as Will Graham at the FBI.
I just got it from the
Tooth
Ray
movie.
Fine from where he goes, "Ride with me." Yeah.
Yeah, the movie.
All right. What are your guys' scores after the swing round?
I'm up to 70.
All right.
You have 60.
Okay.
I added 30 going to 50.
All right. So pretty competitive game so far. Let's see if we can keep that going into round 2. Question 1. In the classic song "Livin' on a Prayer," what were the occupations of Johnny and Gina?
I'm in.
Okay.
Okay, I am in.
Ken and Neil are in. Jeff going over the song in his head, I assume.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly what Bon Jovi says. I'm gonna take a stab at what I think it sounds like because I'm not hearing it clearly in my head.
All right. What are you hearing in your head, Jeff?
So I know that Johnny works down on the docks. I think he's a dock worker, and I want to say that she works in a diner all day. So I said she's a waitress.
Okay.
I mean, Johnny can still be like a gigolo down at the docks.
Yeah.
Who says he's like hauling? All right, go ahead.
Neil?
Are you looking for both occupations?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't sure if you were being cutesy because the one line is he's working for the man, but I put he's a dock worker and then waitress.
Okay.
I put Gina is a high-powered Wall Street executive, and Johnny is the front man for a really shitty 80s rock band.
Well, points for Jeff and Neil there. Johnny used to work on the docks. He's unemployed.
Union
but
went on strike.
Yeah, but
he's
we're-
down on his luck.
so tough. Gina works the diner all day.
That's what I thought he said, but I wasn't sure. I was like, she works in Medina all day? I don't know.
She's a caddy.
Yeah, if she was a high-powered executive, it wouldn't matter if Johnny got laid off. They'd be fine. So,
But it was the 80s and females didn't get the
she had
rights they
she had
deserve.
the shoulder pads, and she was hanging out.
I figured
Oh,
the lyric was
2017?
something typical like that, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to feed that
Yeah.
stereotype.
What's the name of his What's the name of his arena football team?
It's the Philly team, isn't
Yeah,
it? The
it's-
Philly Soul, is that it?
I can't remember, but
Who, Bon Jovi?
Bon
Yeah,
Jovi
yeah.
owns
Isn't he from New Jersey?
he owns the Philadelphia.
the Steel Horses?
yeah, we'll look it up because a guy
God, I hate him.
my dad used to work with was in the Bon
Not as a
Jovi cover
person.
band.
I'm sure as a person he's fine, but
Bon Jovi.
God, I hate that.
I don't know if he's fine.
He's a decent actor though.
I'm sorry
Hate
that
the
you're not a
band.
50-year-old woman who's swooning right now.
What has he been a decent actor in?
He's been in a lot of stuff. He was good in New Year's Eve, excuse me. He
So
was
as
What the hell
a-
are
in,
you talking?
As a clarification,
Let's
Neil,
move on. Let's move
being
on.
in a lot of movies does not make you a good actor.
for a musician, he's a good actor. If
Or
you
a
want that
musician.
qualifier,
He played a musician on stage for quite a few years.
it's Philadelphia Soul.
All right, I was right about a sports question. What do you know? Moving on to question 2. The Indonesian delicacy known as satay is often served in sauce made of soy and this ingredient.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that you've had sauté at some point in time.
All right, I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
All right, Ken was in first.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is like a kebab, like meat on a stick.
Mhm.
And I think the sauce is soy and like peanut
Okay.
sauce.
Jeff?
I didn't know. I guess something regionally. I went wasabi.
Okay.
I put mustard.
And the answer is peanut sauce. Yeah, sauté is kind of generally like a kebab that's in kind of a peanut sauce. It's actually, they do it at Thai food places and a lot of places that serve that type of delicacy.
If I had a joke answer, it would have been...
Shout out to Pick Me Up Cafe
They do a nice sauté
in
there.
Chicago.
Question 3. In a hypothetical game of bowling, you have bowled all strikes up until your last roll. The pressure gets to you and you roll it straight down the gutter. What is your final score?
I don't know anything about bowling, but I'm in.
Oh,
No bowlers here?
I don't know how the score multiplies. I think you add for every consecutive strike. It might be that you add the previous ones, and I don't know.
I'm in.
There's some intense mathing going on at the table.
No, not intense.
It's leisurely.
Just
it's
taking
bowling.
just taking a step.
Okay, I have a guess.
All right, Neil. I think you were in first. What did you say?
I took a wild guess. I went with the Eisenhower Highway here in Chicago. I put 290.
Okay.
One with 200.
All right.
So I know it's basically 30 per frame, if I'm not mistaken. And the last one, you throw 3 balls. So if you get 3 strikes, that's 30. I went 290.
All right. The answer is the Eisenhower 290.
I just guessed because 300 is the perfect score, right?
Right.
Okay, so I just minus
Right.
10.
I figured.
But
there
if you
would be
missed in a frame earlier than 10, it would be basically a 30-point hit if you gutter balled twice.
Yeah, it would throw it way off, so I didn't want to do that.
I figured that
that carries
there's a
through?
multiplier for each consecutive strike or something like that.
Yeah, so the way it works is when a strike is bowled, the bowler gets a score of 10, and then he gets to add the total of his next 2 rolls to the frame. So that's how you get 30 per frame.
Oh, okay.
So if you missed the last one, you just missed out on the 10 points.
Gotcha.
Making it 290.
Cool.
I did not know.
I did not know that. Question 4. While many may not know it, millions have played the Japanese game Doki Doki Panic. They may be more familiar with the re-sprited American version released as this. Does this sound familiar to anybody?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty famous bit of video game trivia.
Doki Doki Panic.
Correct. And I could even give you guys an arrow.
I got it.
You got it?
No, I got it.
I'll take an arrow.
Yeah, I could throw that in there.
I got it, so...
Then it's up to Ken.
I decline.
You
No,
decline.
no, go ahead and
Decline
give
the
it
clue. It's early Nintendo.
Yeah, I know. I just have to settle on a title.
So that helps Neil, and you guys are already in. So
No, I'm not in, but I
Yeah.
already knew what it was. Yeah.
what I'm referencing.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a guess.
Why don't we hear that answer? Ken, what did you say?
All right, so Mario 2.
Okay. Jeff?
I went Donkey Kong.
Oh, Neil?
I went Duck Hunter.
It is Mario 2. So the Japanese version of Super Mario 2 was deemed too hard for American audience, and this version was sent instead. If you guys had Mario All-Stars, if you played the Lost levels, that is actually the original version of Super Mario 2.
I knew it was a reference to Donkey Kong. Is Donkey Kong in Mario 2?
No.
Yeah, this is why Mario 2 is like a whole different game than any other Mario that was ever released.
That's where Birdo and some of those other characters come from.
All right, so right now Jeff is referencing a song by Horse the Band, which I know Matt knows.
That's about it.
And I know, and Jeff knows. I don't think Neil knows it, but maybe we'll
It's
throw a
bad.
clip at the end of the episode.
You should all download the Pizza EP.
It's actually, it's pretty great. They were on tour, and they got to stop in Chicago and actually canceled the rest of their tour and wrote an entire album about Chicago pizza.
There you go.
Which is
and they wrote an entire song about Birdo.
So check them out, Horse the Band. I never thought I'd be able to plug them on anything ever, so here we are.
Shout out to Horse the Band if you're listening. Come do a lay it on me.
Yeah, on pizza. All right, we'll move on to question 5. What color is the hat in the back of Bruce Springsteen's pocket on the Born in the USA cover?
That's just his ass and like a little bit over tight jeans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I'm having trouble getting it out of my head now.
Something I was clearly searching on the internet and it just popped up. So.
Okay, I'm in.
All right, Neil's in, Ken's in.
Wearing these blue jeans.
Jeff is in?
Yep.
All right, Jeff, what'd you say?
I went red.
Okay. Neil?
Yeah, I was between blue or red. I just went red.
Same here.
And it is red. His lucky red hat.
Well, I figured you got to go blue jeans, red hat, and a white T-shirt. Red, white, and blue.
It's very American. Question 6. Cleveland Rocks, the second theme song used by The Drew Carey Show, was fittingly performed by this group as the band's namesake counts 8 men from Ohio amongst its ranks.
Oh, gotcha. I like this.
Jeff really likes this question.
Yeah, I don't know at all.
8 men from Ohio.
I wrote something.
For some reason, I'm thinking Bare Naked Ladies, but I feel like they're Canadian.
They are 8.
There are 8 men who were bare naked ladies.
They definitely are. There's also only 5 in the group at any one moment.
Plus,
4 currently.
And they're Canadian.
Plus the one guy, they do the...
Sorry, Stephen Page.
What do you call it?
You're thinking of
Big Bang Theory.
Theme song, yeah.
Do they? I didn't know that.
All right, I have an answer. It's wrong.
All right. Everyone else in?
Yep.
Jeff, what did you say?
Well, I don't know for sure, but the clue is pretty strong. I know that there were 8 presidents of the United States who came from Ohio, so I said the presidents of the United States.
Ken?
I just went off the fact that Joe Walsh was a guest star on the show and went Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Neil?
That was a good guess by Jeff. I just went Blues Traveler.
The answer is the presidents of the United States. So William Henry Harrison, Ulysses S. Grant, Rutherford B. Hayes, James A. Garfield, Benjamin Harrison, William McKinley, William H. Taft, and Warren G. Harding all called Ohio home at some point.
So fun fact, I was going to have this as a question. After Virginia, the state with the second most presidents is Ohio, and it's the first most out of the original 13 colonies.
Huh. Okay.
What's the other presidents of the United States song that people would know? Is that
Peaches.
Peaches.
Which
Yeah,
we were
it's
talking
the-
about a few weeks ago.
Or
Yeah,
Lump.
it's the one when we had
Lump.
Leon that was stuck in my head all day.
I'm surprised that that song was Presidents of the United States. Doesn't sound like Lump or Peaches at all.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Question 7. What breed of dog was McGruff the crime dog?
Oh, hey.
Little throwback, apparently.
All right, I'm going to regret changing my answer, which I did, but I'm going to stick with my new answer.
Ken is in. Jeff?
I feel like if you're a good proper crime dog, you better be a bloodhound.
Okay. Neil?
I figured that his ears weren't long enough, but I just put Bloodhound.
And
I was about to put that, and I put Great Dane.
should have stuck with Bloodhound. The answer is Bloodhound.
You know, I have trouble with dog breeds, Neil.
The reoccurring thing here.
Sorry, your mom would never let you have one.
Yeah, well, she loves my sister's dog now, so that's the important thing. She came around.
Question 8. In 2017, this person was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame despite never playing a single game in Major League Baseball.
What year?
2017. It happened this year.
I'm in.
You know this one, Neil?
Yep. Surprisingly.
Okay, I have a guess. It might be stupid, but...
I have a stupid guess.
All right. Stupid guesses need the most attention. Jeff, what do you think?
I went Harry Carey.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Ken?
Probably. I went with Ronnie Woo Woo.
Oh, I wish it was Ronnie Woo. Neil, what do you think?
The Los Angeles Dodgers radio man Vin Scully.
It's actually Homer Simpson.
Ah,
Homer Simpson, to honor the 25th anniversary of the Season 2 classic Homer at the
Are
Bat.
you kidding me?
He is actually in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Well, I'm glad nobody else got that with their much better answers.
wait,
than
when was Vin Scully inducted?
2016? I feel like he was...
Because if it
recently.
was 2017, he also did not play a game of baseball.
That is true.
Okay, so non-Chicago listeners, I said Ronnie Woo Woo as my answer. This is probably not familiar to most non-Chicago people. Ronnie Woo Woo hangs around Wrigleyville. He's always in a Cubs uniform, and he screams woo woo at the fans. He's a wonderful human being.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that?
I have a picture with Ronnie Woo Woo. He just he walks up and down the aisles of games just going Cubs woo for the entire game.
Wasn't he
Yeah,
banned? I thought he was just banned.
He's a local celebrity.
No, he's more of a mascot now at this point. Vin Scully was elected into the Hall of Fame, but you were 35 years short. It was 1982 was when he was inducted.
Oh,
wow.
I wonder what he just got an award for something. I don't know what it was for, but who knows?
I'm not going to do that much more research on this.
No,
one.
I'm just talking out loud.
All right, sounds good. Question 9. Within 1 year, what year did Twitter launch?
Okay, I'm in.
Twitter, the preferred platform of our president's communications.
Jeez.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
So that's also our preferred method.
Yeah.
Please engage with us.
All right, I'm in.
All right.
I guess I'm in.
Ken, you were in first.
I just went with 2010.
Okay. Jeff?
2011.
I went 2006.
And Neil hits it on the head at
Oh my
2006.
God, that's way earlier than I thought.
Yeah. It's been around for actually quite a bit of time. It's actually changed hands, I think, a couple times at this point. Nobody can figure out how to make money off it, but they have millions and millions of users, including us at Triviality Pod.
This whole round for me, it's been correct, incorrect, correct, incorrect. So by that logic, number 10, I will get incorrect. I'm just calling it.
I feel like you'll do pretty okay on this one. This one goes out to Ken, actually.
Thank you.
According to a 1970s song by The Animals, where is the House of the Rising Sun?
Oh, got it.
I believe Ken's a big fan of the song, as we've discussed on previous occasions.
We discussed how too many people cover it, and why would you want to cover it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
And
Ken, they're great. Don't let me be misunderstood.
Okay.
Neil's in?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in?
Yep.
yeah,
Let's see if Neil could keep his trend going.
I just put Japan.
Okay.
it's New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
There is a house in New Orleans.
Yep, they call it the Rising Sun. It is New Orleans. All right, so what are the scores going into the final round?
That round put me up to 110.
Okay.
It wasn't necessarily a very good round for me.
So doing 3 times better than I did in round 1, I am at 110.
Okay.
And I am at 110 as well.
Wow.
Oh boy.
All right, so we're all tied up going into the final round. I will give the 5 categories. For our contestants, they could wager 0 to 30 on each category, up to the points that they have accumulated so far. You guys ready to hear the categories?
Let's do it.
Yep.
All right. The first category is science terminology. Category 2, product placement. Category 3, movie collectibles. Category 4, baby talk. And category 5, the sweet stuff. All right, so all the wagers are locked in. So starting with your first category, science terminology. Desynchronosis is more commonly referred to as this. John Madden probably never experienced it.
So I don't understand the John Madden thing, which is hurting me, I'm sure, because the bells went off in these guys' heads, it looked like, with that. So
I got the reference. I couldn't tell you what it means, but I just took a guess.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Question 2 in product placement. What product placement do the movies Men in Black and Top Gun have in common? All right, question 3 in movie collectibles. In 1996, the U.S. Postal Service released a set of classic movie monster collectible stamps. Name these 5 monsters.
I know Neil's a big fan of these classic movie monsters.
That's correct.
I think they're still working on the classic movie monster universe, and
It's probably going to tank now after how Mummy performed.
yeah, that's a shame.
There's one.
Nobody would have gotten that one. All right, question 4, baby talk. What is a baby guinea pig called? And question 5, the sweet stuff. In the 1960s, company founders of McKee Foods decided to name a product after one of their sweet 4-year-old granddaughters. What was this product line named?
Cool.
There's an overlap in my movie monsters. I wrote 6 down.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's 2 very similar movie monsters that I wrote down. Do you know what I mean, Neil?
Yes, I do.
I think I'm set.
All right, Jeff is all in. Neil, you still thinking about a couple?
Sugar water.
Reach water.
That's a good reference. Vincent D'Onofrio.
All right, so everybody is locked in. On question 1, we had wagers of Ken with 10, Neil with 0, and Jeff with 30. Let's start with Jeff.
So John Madden owns an RV, and he drives it all over the country because he absolutely hates to fly.
Mm-hmm.
So I would take a stab that desynchronosis is jet lag.
Okay. Ken, what did you say?
Yeah, that sounds right, but I just went with heart arrhythmia because I have no idea.
Okay, Neil?
I just put autopilot because I knew he didn't like planes because you said he wouldn't experience it, but I couldn't think of something.
Yep, it is jet lag. So desynchronosis is when your body clock gets out of whack with what you're used to, and it can result in jet lag. John Madden had the Madden Cruiser, which was like this like giant bus that he would drive around in, and it was kind of a pretty big thing in the mid-90s.
What a hellish life that is.
He refused to fly. He would never get on an airplane. All right, question 2 in product placement. Ken, the big wager here with 20. Neil being conservative with 0, and Jeff with 10. Ken, what did you say?
Yeah, I hope I can pull this one out. I don't know. I just pictured Pepsi being in there.
Neil?
I don't think this is correct, but I believe both Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones' glasses were Ray-Ban, and also the aviators that Maverick and Goose
There you
wore.
go.
That makes perfect sense.
Jeff?
I went always Coca-Cola.
It's Ray-Bans.
That's a good guess.
Very prominent in the Will Smith rap song, Men in Black. Got the black Ray-Bans on. But actually, after both movies, sales of Ray-Bans rose about 40%.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I should have thought of that.
All right, question 3. The only person putting any points on it was Ken with 10. What did you say?
All right, so got to turn to Neil here. He knows his movie monsters, if nothing else. So Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, Wolfman, The Mummy, and I was so torn, and it was like 50-50 decision between Swamp Thing and Creature from the Black Lagoon. Not sure which is the Universal movie monster. I went with Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Okay, Jeff?
I stalled out after 4. I did Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, and Mummy.
And Neil?
So I believe I had reprints of these stamps when I was a kid, and there's kind of a trick in there. So Ken is correct. Creature from the Black Lagoon is a Universal monster, but I believe the stamps that actually came out, if they were the ones that I had, were Lon Chaney Jr. is the Wolfman, because you guys asked. Bela Lugosi is Dracula. Boris Karloff is both Frankenstein's monster and the Mummy, and Lon Chaney Sr. as the Phantom of the Opera.
And Neil is absolutely correct on that
I
one.
was thinking of Phantom of the Opera. So who there was no Dracula? Is that what you said?
There was Dracula, yeah.
Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi.
But you said he was right with Creature of the Black Lagoon.
I just said that it is a
He is
Universal
Universal.
monster,
Oh, got it.
but he just wasn't on the stamp.
Got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
so there's no way I could have.
No.
Okay.
I thought you were going to go. I thought when you said two similar ones, a lot of people think Bride of Frankenstein would have been in there too.
No, I wasn't. I was thinking about Phantom of the Opera, but
Yeah, he's the lesser known of the movie monsters, but
Would've
I
never gotten
knew
that.
I knew he was in there. I thought Creature from the Black Lagoon would be in there.
he was not. Question 4. Nobody felt confident in any baby talk. But Ken, what did you say?
Said pup.
Okay.
I said Gimlet.
So I said a baby guinea pig is a New Guinea.
Oh, wonderful.
Not bad.
That's cute.
And their father would be the Papua New Guinea.
Also quite clever.
The answer is pup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's right.
Damn.
The one you bet 0 on, you nailed. So baby hamsters, otters, sharks, they're all called pups. There's actually quite a few animals that are called pups as babies. All right, question 5. In the sweet stuff, we had Ken with 10, Jeff with 10, and Neil betting 0 across the board on this one. Not feeling too confident.
Well, I figured this game was unorthodox for me, and I never bet 0 across the board, so I figured, what the hell.
All right, Jeff, what did you say?
So I had narrowed it down. I believe the question said product line.
Mm-hmm.
So originally I had thought maybe Lorna Doone, but I settled into Little Debbie.
Neil, what'd you say?
I said Little Debbie.
And Ken.
No, I was thinking of the candy Mary Jane.
The answer is Little Debbie.
Ouch.
Man, I could have had 180 if I would have actually bet points.
All right, and after the final round, kind of a brutal final round for Ken there, coming in third place with 60 points. Neil in second with 110, and our cream of the crop today is Jeff with 140.
I am the cream, yeah. The cream of the crop.
Congratulations, Jeff. How do you feel today?
Exhausted.
Yeah, you weren't feeling too good after that first round, but
I think that the first round with 20 points was my lowest round to date. So yeah, I felt a bit felt a bit beat up on.
all right, and that will conclude our game today. Thanks to everyone for listening. If you'd like to play along with our contestants, make sure to check out our Facebook page and download our official Triviality score sheet, the one we use right here in the studio. If you'd like to get in touch with any of us, find us on Twitter using the handle @TrivialityPod or on Facebook at facebook.com/TrivialityPodcast. If you'd like to get in touch with us by email, send all messages to trivialitypodcast@gmail.com. And if it's in question 5, just make sure to put that in the subject line. We'd love to hear from you.
Of course, other than spreading the word, the best way you can support the show is by rating, reviewing, and subscribing to Triviality on your favorite podcast app.
Don't forget, we're on our path to 50. We're trying to get to 50 reviews. So if you guys want to submit reviews, good, bad, or otherwise, we'd love to get your feedback. And once we get to 50, we'll be raffling off some prizes to 10 listeners. So we'll once we get there, we'll engage with you guys, reach out, and try and see if we can't get those to you.
And as always, make sure to check out patreon.com/trivialitypodcast to check out our perks. We're going to be reshuffling them in the coming weeks here with new goals and new perks that you guys can get for donating monthly. So make sure to stay on top of that. We'll let you know what we change. Patreon.com/trivialitypodcast.
All right. Thanks, you guys. And until next game, on behalf of Jeff, Neil, and Ken, my name is Matt, and that was Triviality.